Hi guys, so in today's video I will be covering things that people don't tell you during pregnancy and labor, and I will also be including a bit of my own experience as well. So here we go. Okay, so number one. A lot of women do develop conditions during pregnancy, and I had happened to develop this condition called cholestasis. So for those who don't know what cholestasis is, it is a liver disease in which your bile flow stops or slows down, and that can cause buildup of bile acids in your liver and can spill into your bloodstream. And that is very harmful for your baby, that it can even cause a stillbirth. And for those who don't know what a stillbirth is, it's just a nicer way of saying your baby died in your tummy. So it is very serious. You are monitored about 2 days a week, depending on your baby and your doctor. And you do get induced as soon as your baby is fully developed. So I did get induced 3 weeks prior to my due date. Okay, so how I knew I had cholestasis. So I had no idea I had this condition. I was experiencing crazy itching, especially during the night. And I didn't think much of it. I honestly just thought it was my skin stretching because I was getting fatter. But I did let my mom know, and then I let my nurse know, and they both had advised me to let my doctor know. So I do advise you to let your doctor know about every little thing because you just never know. And so they did run some tests on me. They drew some blood, and they did tell me that I had cholestasis. Some symptoms that include this condition is a dark urine, a pain in your upper abdominal area, and the crazy itching. And so the abdominal pain, that is a really weird feeling. It feels very numb and very delicate and a little painful. And with the itching, it's really bad to the point where you can't even sleep. It's very annoying. It just feels like you have like bug bites all over your body, so you're just like scratching all the time. So this condition does go away after you have your baby, and I was still experiencing some abdominal pain when my baby was about 2-3 weeks old. So I did tell my doctor, and he told me that it should go away in a few days, but that if it didn't, then I'm most likely going to need surgery. So luckily it did go away, but if you do need surgery for it, don't be worried about it. I know the process is very fast and you don't get any scars. The technology is great nowadays, so you'll be fine. Okay, so number 2. So I will be talking about another condition. I personally didn't experience this, but I do have a cousin that did. She actually went into labor 2 weeks before I did. So this condition is called acrocortin. So what that is another word for skin tags. So she did develop some skin tags down that area, and the first thing that came to her mind was an STD. So a lot of things were running through her head. She did even talk to her husband about it, but she went to the doctor, and her doctor told her that it's actually very common during pregnancy to develop that condition. So don't be slapping your baby daddies, okay, ladies? Ask first. Okay, so number 3, the epidural is what a lot of women are scared of. but to be honest, there's nothing to be scared of. I know the needle sounds very scary, but honestly, it didn't even hurt. I don't know if it was the way the doctor put it. I don't know if it's because of my pain tolerance, but I personally felt like it didn't hurt. The one thing that I was really amazed was that, so after they put the epidural, they put a catheter. I had no idea that they had put one in me. I was like, wow, I haven't needed to go to the bathroom. And then my doctor was like, oh, you're already peeing. And she showed me the pee bag. And I was like, what the heck? Like, it's crazy. The epidural, it really numbs you. You don't feel anything. One thing about the epidural is it does cause a lot of crazy itching. So a little bit more itchiness than the cholecystasis. So they did put some ice in a bag, and I was just putting it all over my legs because it was really bad itching. And so they do give you medication to help with the itching. So number 4. So what I'm gonna be talking about are the stitches. And yes, ladies, you get stitches down there. I was clueless. I had no idea that you get stitches down there. I know maybe a lot of you probably already knew that because of your tias, your older sisters, your mom, but I honestly had no idea. They did stitch me up. And when I mean they stitched me, I actually felt her finishing up the stitches. So some things the epidural can't cover, let me tell you. So the healing process felt like it took forever, but I promise you that it is not that bad. If I could do it, you could do it. So something else that's also good to know that I wish I actually knew before I went into labor is that some doctors will actually just let you rip open, and that way your body will heal the way it's supposed to, the more natural way. Whereas other doctors will actually cut you open. That way your cut isn't as big and you can have a less painful and faster recovery. My doctor actually just let me rip open, and that's why I ripped all the way through my rectum. So you do have to keep changing your pads, and they do give you a spray because it does tend to sting, especially when you go pee. Also, you tend to get constipated, so they do give you medication to soften up your stool. And the stitches do go away by themselves. They dissolve naturally. So don't think it's like a scary process. Number 5, the breastfeeding. I also had no idea about this. And my sister actually experienced this. So she developed this condition called mastitis. So what that is an infection in your boobs. And that happens when you don't pump. So it's very, very important to pump. The symptoms for that is a lot of pain in your boobs and also a fever. So it is not fun, especially when you're taking care of your little one. So I do advise you to pump as much as you can, ladies. It is very important for you and your baby, and that way you don't have to go through that stuff. So something else about breastfeeding, I know a lot of women experience not having a menstrual cycle due to breastfeeding. I know some women can make it up to 6 months, a year, or even 2 years without having their menstrual cycle. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. And also, if you guys know about any other conditions, or if you experience any other conditions yourself, please feel free to comment them down. I love to learn new things, so that would be very awesome. I would also like to apologize for taking so long in doing this video. There was a lot of technical difficulties and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a lovely, beautiful day.